Hi there. If you're watching this on YouTube, or you're wanting to watch any of my content on my channel, or both for that matter, I would strongly recommend hitting the subscribe button and comment and like on any videos if you may wish, because this is a general audience channel. Also, this video is not made for kids, it is for older fans and adults alike. So please sit back and enjoy the video. The Troublesome Brake Van. Written and told by Julyleonard. Brake vans are a lifeblood and are an essential part of goods trains on both Sodor and the mainland. Unfortunately, however, some can be troublesome as trucks. This brake van was very troublesome indeed, and it and the trucks had caused trouble for the other engines, such as pushing Henry down Gordon's hill, causing his wheels to skid along the rails, resulting in having flat tires, and making James very late over time. However, one engine that the van and the other trucks didn't like was Devious Diesel, especially when he was rough with them and ordered them about. But despite that, they even laughed rudely at the three big engines about the nicknames that Diesel made up as they went by, much to their infuriation. One day, while Duck was at Edward's yard at Wellsworth, and Diesel was stuck in the sheds after he was exposed and derailed, Percy arranged 20 heavy-loaded trucks for a foreign engine to take away. The engine from the other railway arrived to collect them, and they set out onto the open line. "You lot are a cheeky bunch," it said. The troublesome brake van and trucks consulted to each other. "We couldn't pay Diesel back for bumping us about earlier this morning, so we'll play tricks on some other engine instead," grumbled the van. "In that case, I'd say Duck should be our new target," said a truck. The brake van was puzzled. "Are you saying that we should play tricks on Duck instead, even though he's at Wellsworth? I mean, if it makes you happy," came the reply. The van reluctantly agreed. "Do I hear a second on that?" "Aye," replied the trucks in chorus. "And against?" "Nay," a few trucks responded. "The ayes have it," said the brake van, and they decided to carry out their plan when they reached the top of Gordon's Hill. It was lucky for them that neither the engine nor the guard had heard them. It might have been better if they had. When they reached Wellsworth, the foreign engine whistled for a banker, so Duck buffered up behind, and the two engines worked hard, pushing the silly, noisy trucks up the hill. At last, they reached the top. "Goodbye," whistled Duck, and rolled gently over the crossing to the other line, then coasted down the hill, running easily with the wind whistling past and humming a little tune. But the trucks had other ideas. "Now!" shouted the troublesome brake van to the trucks, and with a snap, the coupling broke, and they began hurtling down the hill. The guard, who had been knocked out of the van, got up and ran behind, blowing his whistle to attract the attention of Duck and his crew from the distance. "That sounds like a guard's whistle," thought Duck. "But we haven't a guard." His driver heard it too and looked back. "Hurry, Duck, hurry!" he called urgently. "There's been a breakaway. Some trucks are chasing us." "Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!" laughed the trucks. "We've broken away! We've broken away! We've broken away!" And before the signalman could change the points, they followed Duck onto the down line. "Chase him! Bump him! Throw him off the rails!" they yelled, bumping and swaying with ever increasing speed. "Now what?" asked the fireman. "As fast as we can," said the driver, grimly. "Then they'll catch us gradually." They raced through Edward Station, whistling furiously, but the trucks caught them with a shuddering jar. The fireman climbed back, and the van's brakes came on with a scream. Braking carefully, the driver was gaining control. "Another clear mile, and we'll do it," he said. They swept around a bend. "Oh, glory! Look at that!" A passenger train from the other railway was just pulling out on their line from the station ahead. Any minute, there could be a crash. The driver leapt to his reverser, hard over full steam whistle. "It's up to you now, Duck," he said. Duck put every ounce of weight and steam against the trucks. They felt his strength. "On, on," they yelled, but Duck was holding them now. "I must stop them! I must!" The station came nearer and nearer. The last coach cleared the platform. "It's too late!" Duck groaned and shut his eyes. He felt a sudden swerve and slid shuddering and groaning along a siding where a barber had set up a shop in a wooden shed in the yard. He was shaving a customer. There was a sliding, groaning crash, and part of the wall caved in. The customer jumped down nervously, but the barber held him down. "It's only an engine," he said calmly, and went on lathering. The silly trucks had knocked their guard off his van and left him behind far after he had whistled a warning. But the trucks didn't care. They were feeling very pleased with themselves. As for the troublesome brake van, after Duck had been rescued by Thomas and Percy, the fat controller had decided to move it to Thomas's branch line, which in turn, a few years later, would be demolished by a runaway Percy with a train of stone trucks. I'm sure glad we saw the last of the troublesome brake van. Don't you?